Assalamu alaikum class. How are you all? Good. You are fine. Say Alhamdulillah. So today we are starting our lecture 4 from unit 3 office automation and still continuing the topic 3.1.7 that is format text. In previous 3 lectures we have covered the pages 69 to 74 in which we have learned how to format the text, especially in text formatting and paragraph formatting. So up till now, students, if you have any questions, you can ask. Still, I'm here for you. You can put up your queries for text formatting and paragraph formatting. And must review from your book pages 69 to 74. So now we are proceeding for the next type of formatting, that is page formatting. Number 3 type of format text, that is page formatting. What does we do with this formatting? This formatting allows us to change the layout of the page when it is printed. So in this formatting, what we actually do? We change the page margins, page size, page orientation. We can insert the blank pages or paragraphs, page numbers, headers and footers, and some other options. So let's start with the first, that is how we can change the orientation of the page on which we are going to take printout of the current document, and how we can change the size of this page and how we can insert the columns. So students, here you can find these commands in page layout tab, first group, that is page setup group. Here you can see that we have related options with the page setting for especially during the print command. So let's start with the first option over here that we will go in detail in some other video, but first option over here, that is the margin. And what is the margin? We know that margin is actually the blank area around the printed area of your current document on the printed page. Then comes the orientation. What is orientation? It is actually the layout on which we want to take the printout. Just as your books are printed on the layout that is known as portrait, or sometimes you take the some scenes or pictures or images on landscape in scenery styles, that is the orientation of landscape. So how we can change the orientation of the current page for the printout? We can change it from layout tab, page setup group and orientation command. By clicking on this drop down arrow, we can find here two types of orientations. First is, which is by default, that is portrait. On portrait we take the printouts of books, newsletters, letters, memos, all different types of official documents we take printout on portrait style. But landscape is also used. Landscape may be used in different types of other printing. Then comes your next option, that how we can change the size, page size. For page size, we can use the size command When we click on the size command of page setup group from page layout tab, we get a drop down list of available page sizes. These are the standard page sizes which we can use for the printout of current document. So by default here we can see that it is letter in size. We can change it with legal, statement, executive, A4, A3. Students, actually the measurements here we can see that with letter 8.5 into 11. 8.5 is the width of your page and 11 is length of your page. So if your page that you have on which you want to take print out and its size is not available over here in this listed standard size set, you may change or set your paper size, page size for your document with this option. When we click at the last option of page size, when we click at the last option, that is more paper size option, a dialog box appears, that is page setup. From here actually we can set the page width and height that we want for a printout. Clear? Okay. Then comes your columns. For why we use columns in page documentation or taking printout? It is more specifically used in newsletters or newspaper printing, where we have seen that on a single page we have more than one columns. So what does this option do with the page? Here you can see that all the text is arranged in columns. But actually we don't want on this current document, so that's why we are undoing this option. So our text again goes back to its original position. Here, so here in page setup group of page layout tab, we have find the page orientation command. In page setup group, size, columns, margins. Okay, dear students, here we have the command flow for the change page orientation command. How we can change? As we have explained over here, we find this command in page layout tab, page setup group. Here you can see that page layout tab, page setup group and orientation command. When we click on this orientation command, we get two types of orientations over here, that is landscape and portrait. Now you are required to write down the command flow for changing the size of your page or applying the columns and margins on your registers. Neat registers, lecture section, you have to write down the command flows for the rest of the commands, for these commands and the rest of the commands of this lecture. Okay. After changing page orientation, size, page size, or columns command of page formatting, now we are proceeding with the next type of page formatting options, that is how we can apply the page border and color option in Word 2013. In Word 2013, how we can apply the page border and page color option from design tab. Here, click at the design tab. Now, at the page background group, we have these two commands, that is page border and page color. It gives a color to your page on which you are getting the printout, whereas page border applies the border around your page. So, how we can get these commands, page border and page color, from design tab, page background group, and page border and page color is over here. So let's apply the page border option. Click on the page border from page background group of design tab in Word 2013. Click on the page border. A dialog box appears over here, that is borders and shading. From this dialog box, we have three tabs over here. You can see by default page border is selected because we have applied the option of page border. So page border tab, page border of border and shading dialog box have setting, style and preview sections over here. In setting, we have the names of your page borders, that is none. By default it is none because we don't have border over here. But if we want to box border, then when we click on it in preview, we can see that how it will be applied on the printed document. Then comes the shadow, that with this border do you want to shadow, so select it. Here you can see that a shaded area is added with the border. Then comes 3D or custom styles of your borders that you can apply on your border. With this border setting, we have the line style of the border. You can change the line style for your border, page border. Then we can apply different colors on these borders. So you can see that page border is now in color. Now, if you want some more artistic type of border, you can apply these different images, border styles. Let's take some interesting border. Let's take this flower. So now our border is more attractive in look. Then comes the apply to option, that on which you want to apply this border. Whole document, this section first page only, this section all except the first page. So as per the requirement of the printout, we can select the apply to option. By default it is whole document. We are taking it whole document. Click OK. Now our page is the border which we have selected from the page border or type. Then if you want to apply the page color, then click over here and whatever the color you want, color is applied on the page. Next two commands of this lecture, these are the insert cover page and insert blank page. Blank page is simple, that in your document, if you want any blank page inside your pages of the document, how we can insert it? Just click at the insert tab, here pages group, and we have the blank page option over here. It will simply add a blank page. Then comes the cover page. It is the option in the same group in insert tab, pages group. When we click on it,